Hey guys, so I was going down the YouTube rabbit hole the other day, just looking at different types of videos and workout videos, especially when it comes to starting or beginning your fitness journey. And I was surprised to find that there wasn't really that many videos that gave you like step by step or specific instructions when it came to lifting weights. And to me, that blows my mind because there's a lot of YouTubers out there that do a variety of different things. And especially when it comes to starting working out, I think that is one of the most intimidating things to do when you're trying to begin. I know when I first started, I had no idea how the hell I wanted to do my workouts or how I was going to start or where I could even go to begin to do some of the things that I wanted to do, which is why I'm here today. I'm going to tell you guys not only how you should start working out, specifically weightlifting, but what you need to do to get gains as fast as possible. Let's dive right in. Before I get into the weightlifting aspect or the concepts, there are some things that you just need to understand before we get started. One of the first things that you need to understand is not all workouts are created equal. And what I mean by that is when it comes to getting your gains, especially improving in the gym when it comes to weightlifting, there are key workouts that you need to implement in your workout program regardless of what you're doing. And that is the big three, is what I like to call them. That is the bench press, the deadlift, and the squat. Now, what sets these workouts apart from the rest is that they are called compound exercises. And for those of you that don't know, a compound exercise is an exercise that works out more than one part of the body. So for example, the bench press works out not only your chest, but it works out your triceps as well. The deadlift works out your glutes, your legs, and your back. And same with the squat. The squat works out your legs, your glutes, and it also is some core action there as well. Helps you with that. So the things that you need to understand about these compound exercises is they're different from isolation, which is just one movement. So like the bicep curl is a isolation workout that works out your biceps. Now, it's very important that you add these three compound movements into your workout regimen or routine because those are going to be the ones that build your foundation, make you look stronger and bigger. Those are the most important ones. They are king in the weightlifting world. Another thing that we're going to talk about is the type of workout we're going to do. When we're talking about the workouts, you need to understand, well, everyone has a plan, everyone has a program. You see a lot of beginner workouts on YouTube or a lot of people saying how to make a workout, but those workout programs aren't created equal as well. The goal is to try to get gains as fast and as efficient as humanly possible, especially if you're just starting out. Now, how are we to go about this then? Well, you need to understand two types of workouts, right? There's the split workout routine, and then there's the full body workout routine, right? A split workout routine is you choose what parts of the body you want to work out depending on the day. So for example, you can do a split for Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday, you work out your chest and your triceps. Wednesday, you work out your back and your biceps. And Friday, you work out legs. Now that's just an example of many split workouts that they have to offer on the internet and just in your personal preference. And then there's the full body workout where you work out your whole body every other day or every day with ample rest time. So the thing about that is, well, which one should I choose, right? That's the biggest question. Well, if you're beginning, I think it's very important that you decide to do a full body workout. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because when you first start off, you get what is called Newbie Games. And that is basically the idea or the concept that when you start working out, you're going to be packing on muscle a lot faster than someone that's been working out for years. You would just start seeing rapid growth as fast as humanly possible. And you want to make sure that all that growth goes into everything, which is why you should do a full body split. Now, after, a period of time when you're starting to not get as much muscle, then you can move to the split and work out isolation workouts and things like that. And the thing is, you can still do isolation workouts on a full body day, because what I like to do especially is I call it the 5 workout rule. When it comes to working out like full body, I'll do 5 workouts. So 3 of those workouts would be the compound movements, the bench press, the deadlift, and the squats. And then I will add bicep curls if I want to work out my buys, or rear delt flies if I want to work out my rear delts, and then shoulder press if I want to work out my shoulders, things like that. Now that we got that out of the way, I think it's very important that we crush a few misconceptions about working out in the gym in general. I feel like a lot of conceptions about the gym is these guys that go to the gym and they work out 2, 3, 4 hours a day at a time in the gym every day, and you might not have the time for that. Well, that is totally true. Not everyone goes to the gym for hours and hours and hours on end. I mean, personally, the most I ever spend in the gym is like an hour and 30 minutes to an hour, depending on if I'm working out with someone or if I'm just working out by myself. You generally don't need to stay or spend most of your time at the gym to get some ample gains. Honestly, I think an hour to an hour and 30 minutes is totally fine, right? So how do we go about doing that? Well, you have to understand your workouts, right? So I do the 5 workout rule, like I said previously, right? I choose 5 workouts and then I do them. And then I rest like maybe 2 minutes in between each workout that I do. And that adds up to about like an hour, given, how much rest time I need. So, like I said, you pick those 3 compound workouts, and then you can add any isolation workouts you want to add into your program. And like I said, it's very important to have those 3 compound workouts. So I say keep those 3, and the rest is up to you. Here I want to give you guys the tools that you need to get the most efficient gains. As long as you're sticking with a full body workout, you can choose anything from isolating your biceps or, working out your shoulders, maybe putting more emphasis on your back. It's honestly up to you what you want to do. I mean, that's why I love working out so much, because you have the freedom to choose whatever you want to do. What is it that you want to work on the most, right? So after you put those 3 compound workouts in your arsenal, figure out what you want to work on. What do you want to see the most growth in? Do you want to see more biceps? Do you want to see more shoulders? What do you want to work on? It's honestly up to you. It's a personal preference. And it's also really helpful for you to have those compound workouts in your regimen, just because it helps you build that foundation. Like, it helps you understand more about your body and your muscle to body connection. Working out those different workouts and movements while you're working out at the gym really does help, and it gives you the knowledge that you need. So when you break off from this, you're already familiar with certain types of movements that work out different body parts, because getting muscle gains is very important, but also having brain gains is just as important. You want to understand why you're doing the workouts that you're doing, and then use that knowledge to bust your gains to the next level. That's the goal, guys. It's very important to get gains, but it's also very important to grab those gains and share those gains with other people so we can all be unified in the house of gains. Another thing I'm going to do for you guys to instill this knowledge into you, I'm not only just going to tell you why you should do this, I'm also showing you how you guys are going to do each workout, especially the compound workouts. We're going to dive right in and talk about what you should be doing and how you should be doing these compound workouts. It's very important that you have the form down for these compound workouts, because form is the most important thing when it comes to lifting those weights. If you're not doing it correctly, you are inhibiting your gains. And inhibiting your gains is a sin in the house of gains. So you need to make sure that you're doing it perfectly and correctly, because there's nothing worse than doing a workout with a lot of weights, doing it incorrectly, and then risking injuring yourself. You don't want to do that. So that's why we're going to talk about this in depth and make sure that you guys get this down. So when you guys are at the gym, you know exactly what you're doing, because you don't want to waste time, especially if you don't want to spend too much time at the gym. You want to minimize the time you're spending at the gym, and you want to make it as efficient as possible. All right, so a couple of things to remember when you are doing the bench press. Depending on how you grip the bar is dependent on what you want to focus on the most. If you are doing a close grip, if you are gripping the bar close, then that means that you are focusing more on your triceps. But if you want to work out your chest more than your triceps, you want to do a wider grip. You can do the basic shoulder width apart, which will work out your chest and your triceps, which is what I did in the video. Also, when you are pushing the weight up, when you are going down, make sure you are bringing the bar to your chest, and make sure you have a slight arch in your back. Having a slight arch in your back allows you to have a neutral spine, which prevents, possible injury in incorrect form. As you are bringing the bar down to your chest, make sure you're breathing in through your nose, and when you are pushing the bar back up, make sure you are driving your heels into the ground and breathing out through your mouth as you're doing so. Also, faster does not mean better. Make sure you're taking your time. Make sure you are paying attention. The slower you go when doing this weight, the more time under tension your body goes through, and the more muscle fibers you break, which then helps you get more muscle. Another thing to note when doing the bench press, in the video I am using a barbell, but generally when it comes to lifting with a barbell, especially if you are lifting heavy weights, it is highly recommended that you have a spotter or a partner to watch you while you are doing the weight. If you do not have a spotter or a partner, then it is highly recommended that you stick to the dumbbell bench press, which is another variation of the barbell bench press, but with the dumbbells. And doing so is a more manageable weight, and it also keeps you safe. Also, dumbbell bench press has its own advantages in that it isolates your chest and triceps. So there can be an issue when you're doing the barbell bench press in which one side is doing more work than the other side. But doing the dumbbell bench press allows you to isolate each muscle and prevent that from happening, making sure that each muscle is lifting its own share of the weight. When you're doing a squat, you want to stand with your head facing forward and your chest held up and out. Make sure you're placing your feet shoulder width apart or slightly wider. Make sure and imagine yourself sitting into an imaginary chair. You want to keep your head facing forward as your upper body bends forward a bit. Instead of letting your back round, you want to make sure you have that neutral spine. So make sure you're tightening your core. You also want to lower down your thighs as parallel to the floor as possible with your knees over your ankles. When you're doing this, you want to breathe in, and when you're getting ready to push back out, make sure you press your weight back into your heels and breathe out through your mouth as you're going up. You want to lock out your knees and your hips as you're going up, and make sure you're keeping your body as tight as possible as you're getting back into the starting position. If the weight is too heavy or you are not comfortable with doing the squat yet and you want to understand and build a better base for the squat, you can always just do body weight squats. You want to start off in a standing position. You want to keep your head facing forward and your chest held up and out as well. You want to place your feet shoulder width apart or slightly wider, just like you were doing the squat rack. And for better balance, you can extend your hands straight out in front of you to help keep your balance as well. So when you're sitting down, sit back down like you're sitting into an imaginary chair, and keep your head facing forward as your upper body bends forward a bit. And you want to lower down so your thighs are parallel to the floor as possible with your knees over your ankles. and press your weight back into your heels, and keeping your body tight and push through your heels to bring yourself back into the starting position. Things to keep in mind when you start deadlifting is you want your midfoot to be under the bar. When you bend down and grab the weight, you want to try not to bend your knees when you're grabbing it. You want to get a shoulder width overhand grip, and you want to make sure your legs are hip width apart, a little narrower than the squat, and then you want to lift up the bar. Once you lift up the bar and you're in that position, you want to make sure when you are bending down, you want to stick your butt out. You want to puff up your chest and look forward. Tighten your core as you're going down with your knees slightly bent. Make sure that the bar is touching your shins as you go down for each rep. When you go up, you want to make sure that you lock out your hips as you go up with each rep. And when you are done, you want to make sure you bend your hips and slightly bend your knees as the bar goes down all the way. Make sure your back is in a neutral position when you are deadlifting. If not, you risk the chance of injury. If you aren't comfortable with lifting with heavy weight, you can always just try to lift with the bar, just so you can get the feeling of what it's like to do the deadlift. And if you still don't like the bar, you can always stick to doing dumbbell deadlifts. The form and the methods are still the same. Just imagine you have the bar as the dumbbells, and make sure when you are bending down, you are sticking your butt out and slightly bending your knees as the dumbbells are hitting your shins. And then when you go up, you want to make sure you are locking out your hips. And when you go back down, do the same. Now that I've explained to you how to do those 3 compound exercises, there's just a few more things that I need to stress that you have to do when it comes to working out. One of those things is warming up, guys. You just have to warm up. I see a lot of times where people explain a workout or how to do a workout. They don't explain the concept of warming up before you do the workout. Just for the sake of this video, I kind of just want to tell you guys that warming up is very important. The reason why you need to warm up is, one, it helps the blood flow in your body, and it loosens up your joints, and it just gets your muscles ready for the extraneous workout. So warming up prevents injuries. And if you're not warming up properly, you could end up injuring yourself. And at the House of Gains, we kind of believe that you want to get your workout done as fast and as efficiently as possible. But if you injure yourself at the gym, then you prevent your gains from happening because now you have an injury. So now you have to wait for the injury to heal, which then prevents you from getting gains. So we got to go at this smart. So it's very important that you make sure you warm up. So for example, let's say you're getting ready to do the bench press. Let's say you're going on the bench press and you lift like a decent amount, right? Let's say you lift, 45 pounds. Let's say you lift 45 pounds, and that is your general workout. What you want to do before you hit those 45 pounds is you want to do a lighter weight, right? Like whether it's just lifting the bar, maybe just doing some push-ups, you want to do some sort of light workout before you hit your actual set at the gym. You can also do some like light cardio, jogging on a treadmill or something, anything like that. Just get the blood flowing, get loose, get pumped, get ready to go get those gains. Wow, I already feel like I'm going to the gym already. And another thing that we want to talk about is I've told you guys about how to do the workouts. I've told you guys about warming up, but I never really told you guys about the sets and the reps. Okay? And just for the sake of, just in case you are a beginner, textbook definition, don't know anything. A set in a workout is the amount of times you're going to do the workout. So for example, if I am doing 3 sets on the bench press, that means I am going to be doing the bench press workout 3 times. And then that's where reps come in. Reps is how many times I'm going to lift the bench press. So if I am doing 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps, that means I am getting on the bench press. For every set, for every 1 set, I'm going to be lifting the weight 8 to 12 times. So 3 sets of 8, I'm going to be lifting the bench press 8 to 12 times. Another pro tip that'll help you guys out is understanding the recovery of a workout. So for a rule of thumb, I like to rest 1 minute to 1 minute and 30 seconds, 60 to 90 seconds in between each set. So like I said, back to the 3 sets of 8 to 12 reps example. After I do one set of 8 to 12 reps, I will rest for 60 seconds to 1 minute and 30 seconds, and then I'll do it again. Like I was saying about the reps. How many reps do you need to do? How many reps are efficient? What reps should I need to, things like that. Because everyone has different goals, right? But whether it's getting in shape, whether it's getting huge, whether it's just, maintaining the body that you have and just trying to stay toned, there are some concepts that you should understand about reps. This will help you on your journey. Generally, if you're doing like 4 to 6 reps of a workout, its purpose is for you to lift heavy. So if you're doing 4 to 6 reps, it needs to be something that is heavy enough to where you can only do 4 to 6. And doing that gives you power and strength. It makes your muscles bigger, and that is how you're going to get big. That's how you're going to start bulking and getting big. And obviously there are things regarding, your diet, but all you need to worry about right now is if you're trying to get bigger with like size, you need to lift around 4 to 6 reps. 3 to 4 sets of 4 to 6 reps is totally fine. Now, you can still pack on muscle and get lean and get big by just doing 8 to 12 reps. That's generally the rule of thumb. When you're first starting out a workout, you can just do 8 to 12 reps of a workout. It will build strength. It will get you stronger. It'll, make things pop out in all the right places in all the right ways. And anything after 12 is just for muscular endurance. And what I mean by muscular endurance is just basically if you're training to do the weights over and over again for a longer period of time. So if I'm doing like 15 reps of like bench press, the goal for me isn't to get muscle. Like I will be getting a little muscle, but after like 15 reps, you kind of just don't get as much because your body just gets used to the workout. It's just so you can continuously lift that weight. An example of this is a bodybuilder will be able to lift the exact same weight as you, but you will be able to do more reps than him. He could probably do maybe 10, and you'd be able to do 20, 25. And that's just a way for you to maintain the muscle you have. Maybe you don't want to get any bigger. Maybe you're fine with the way your body looks now, and maybe you're just training to do things like American Ninja Warrior or something that just, keeps your muscles in check and you don't fatigue as easily as everyone else. Like I said, your goals are yours. So whatever you want to do with that, 4 to 6 rep range is generally for getting big, increasing your weight and getting those muscle goals. 8 to 12 range is also good for building strength, also building muscle, and it is just a good solid base to do. And then 15 plus is just for muscular endurance. And that's about all I have to say on that. And then another thing, after you finish your workout, you can rest 1 minute to 30 seconds to 2 minutes after your workout. I think that's what I generally do. You'll manage to get through your 5 workouts relatively fast after that. Just don't skip out on recovery. I know you might feel like, that workout was easy. I can do it. It's fine. And, maybe take off a couple seconds or a minute or so off of your workout and going straight into the next one. But like I said, again, that's going to cause injury, and we don't want to hurt ourselves here. the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is your results, your progress, right? Okay, so you decided to do the full body split. You decided to take on the 3 key lift workouts, and you picked your favorite 2 or 3 isolation workouts, and you want to decide, okay, so how long do I have to do this till I see progress? Well, generally 6 to 8 weeks is a good judge for your workout. You know, like one thing I said in my previous video, especially about my Easter cut season, is that you should take progress pictures. Progress pictures are amazing. You're able to take pictures every week or every other week to see where you're at and where you started, and that motivates you to continue going to the gym and continue working out. And it's really a good way to gauge how much you've changed, in a sense. So I think 6 to 8 weeks is a generally good rule of thumb for you to do these workouts. So you work out for 6 to 8 weeks, you check your progress. If you like it, or maybe you want to do something different, you can always change. But don't continuously change your workouts. I know a lot of people that do different workouts every week. Like, it's a new workout every week. And yeah, that does give you strength, but that isn't efficient and consistent enough. You need to stick to a workout plan, and you need to commit to that workout plan for at least 6 weeks. At least. Try that. If you don't like it, you can try something different. Maybe you can do another workout that does the same thing. There are other compound exercises that you can look into and try out. But generally, this is your first step. This is your first step into the gains world. This is how you get your gains. And generally, I think this is one of the most efficient ways to start doing your workout. I'm going to be talking extensively about dieting in another video, but right now this is all I have to tell you guys about weightlifting. Here at the House of Gains, I want to give you guys the keys. I want to teach you guys how to fish instead of just giving you a fish. Now you know what to do. It's up to you guys to figure out how you're going to do it. You guys may have different goals from me, and I know I might have different goals from you. It's just your choice. But thanks for listening. Thanks for making it through the video, guys. I hope it helped you at all. If it did help you, make sure to like. And if you want to see more videos like that, make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you can get notifications. I'm going to try to make as many videos as possible every Monday. If you guys have any questions, you can always hit me up on Twitter. Follow me at the Very Big O. And you can watch me get some gaming gains at twitch.tv/OsaOjon. I stream every Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. So if you guys have any questions at all, you can always pop in, say hi, and we can chat, and I can help you guys with any other specific questions that you have. Links to both of those are in the description below. And the last thing I want to tell you guys is, if no one does, know that I believe in you. And I believe that you can hit your fitness goals. And you guys can do it. Just toughen up, get the grit, and we can all get those gains together. Well, thanks again for watching, guys. And as always, praise the House of Gains. Peace out.